Hey everybody, it's Chugga Conroy. Welcome back to more EarthBound. Getting used to that title. Not getting used to that. Last time, we entered the big city of Onett and met a lot of the locals around town and heard lots of funny jokels. Sounded a lot better in my head. I'm sorry. This time, now that we have seen all of the town, all that it has to offer, and at least most of the services within it, I think it is time that we do something about the little problem around here. Not so little anymore now, is it? They also look like they formed one really big fat guy there with how their sprites fused. We have some enemies here. One of them new, one of them might as well be new because I didn't get to show anything that they did before. The skate punk is one of the weaker attackers out of the sharks, but they are very dangerous because they are able to call for help. You don't want the situation getting out of control and you taking a lot of damage. Pogo punks have a normal attack. They can also charge forward doing a lot of damage, or they can just fall over. Thankfully for us, he fell over. You'll see right away that this is a boon of experience. And you can get hamburgers from these guys. I think I'll take that. Like I said, it's a great health recovery item. And do I want to use my life ups? No, I don't. This thing's a day old. This is the exact one we got out of the garbage can. Let's not let it rot any further. Let's have some sweet, sweet max HP out of the garbage. Get our first attack there, and all right. Yes Man Juniors are kind of the middle mark between the Pogo Punks and the Skate Punks. They hit a little bit harder than the Skate Punks, but they're generally not as dangerous as the Pogo Punks. Well, actually that did hit for quite a lot and everything. They're just not really all that remarkable in that they don't do anything in particular. I'm describing a lot of enemies as not that remarkable, I swear. I don't hate you enemies. You guys are very charming in how you're visually designed, and I'm also kind of in trouble. Oh. Thank goodness he wasted his turn right there. I would have been done for. Good thing I didn't say that out loud, otherwise I probably would have jinxed it, or he would have overheard me. Vitality goes up by 1, I welcome that. IQ went up by 1. Max HP went up by 14. Max PP went up by 4. Good, that's exactly what I needed to see. Sharks are excellent for grinding. You might as well fight them whenever you see them. You want to meet Frank? You don't want Frank to beat you up, do you? So you're just gonna do it for him. Okay, I see how that works. We're cutting out the middleman of the equation. Well, I'll have you know, I'm very experienced with getting beat up at this age, so, too bad for you. Get another burger. People always like to make fun of the way I say hamburger. They always say I say hamburger, and I get kind of self-conscious about it whenever they bring it up, though, and now that I've told you about it, now I'm going to be self-conscious about it all over again. You know, I feel like maybe Yes Man Juniors are more dangerous than Pogo Punks now that I'm just kind of seeing them in action again, because Pogo Punks at least have a pretty weak attack that they do, and like 2/3 of the time they do something that I'm not afraid of. Yeah, I think that's going to be how I deal with these groups. Gain 20 experience points, get yet another hamburger. Saying it nice and slow so that I'm not as self-conscious about it. And let's dig around and get another trash can. Maybe 3rd time's a charm. Let's see here. There was a can of fruit juice inside. Okay, I'll admit that one's kind of gross. Burger one doesn't really gross me out much, but that one does. Do you want to start a fight or what? Took care of him just fine. You can take my word for that one. Opening soon. Mock pizza Onett branch. Apparently hamburger is not the only food that I'm awkward at saying. Well, we're going to go into my favorite arcade, Game. I always thought it was very lame how Europe's GameStop is just called Game. I don't know, I always thought it was really silly that it has such a generic, boring name like that, but I guess when you've grown up with it your whole life, maybe you don't even think about it. We're gonna max out our HP, and one thing I really like is that these arcade machines that you can see actually are Space Invaders, Donkey Kong, and Super Mario Brothers. Kind of a nice touch. It was you! You beat it, my buddy, didn't you? You'd better just beat it. I got news for you, buddy. I know this game very well, and you'd be saying that even if I didn't fight a single enemy on the way here. I used to speedrun this game, so not fighting a single enemy on the way here was common for me. Maybe his buddy was the Starman Jr., and they had some sort of, like, interdimensional relationship going on. I'm sorry, buddy. Long-distance relationships are rough, especially the ones that are across time and space. Hamburger! And, yeah. Among the great classics like Donkey Kong and Super Mario Brothers, you have my favorite pinball game, Space. Actually, okay, no, Space Cadet Pinball would not have existed at this point, and besides, I don't think they would have even made a reference to that. I'm needing to heal up quite a bit, actually. I don't remember if any of... Actually, no, one of you does fight me. I remember because you say something really, really funny right before you fight me, and I think it's you. Tell you the truth, I like drinking tea and eating fresh vegetables. But that doesn't fit my super cool image. I guess I just have to accept this about myself. That's deep, man. That's really deep, though, but it wasn't you. Spit, 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 saliva, spit, spit. Do you want some gum? Get your own, twit. When you buy an item that should be equipped, don't you bother to actually equip it? I just gave a hint to my enemy. I'm such a rockin' dude. I obviously have total confidence in my own abilities. So, are you ready to get it on, Spanky? He actually runs up to you and tells you that even if you don't talk to him. Well, buddy, you're a rockin' dude. I got news for you. I'm a rollin' dude, and I'm about to roll right all over you. Even though you think that you'd be the rollin' dude because you have the wheels under you, but there's a pointless smash attack. First of many times that's going to happen. I think that'll be the last of the optional mooks that we fought. I wanted to fight a few of them because these skate punks have a 1 in 128 chance of dropping a pizza, one of the best health recovery items we can get right now, and I wanted to see if I could get it. Hey kid, do you want to become a member? Sounds like a fun way to sneak in. Come back after you finish EarthBound. No, I don't want to be a member. Don't be such a snob. Gotta fight a Yes Man Jr., and I want to mention that the Yes Man Jr. has a ridiculously rare drop item. I believe they have a 1 in 96 chance of dropping a bag of fries. If you get it in this required fight, I always considered it a very special occasion, just like Picky beating the Starman Jr., but unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be the case. I'm gonna go back to the hotel and heal really quick before we go through those doors. I'm actually a little bit nervous with what I got right now. Grew to level 6 on the way out. Offense went up by 1, guts went up by 1, max HP went up by 2. You wanna see how worthwhile it is for you to grind up on those sharks? The $35 you spend on the hotel right next to them is completely negligible for how well you do for yourself in the way of money. In fact, I am not just going to rest at this hotel. That would be a waste. We're gonna bob our heads to this cheery drugstore music as we buy the cheap bracelet. Cheap bracelet, most expensive item on the menu. And after withdrawing a lot of money to make a big purchase, I recommend that you deposit your money again. There's very thoughtful design in that when you kill enemies, the money just goes straight into your bank account and not carried on you because you lose half your money whenever you die. After all, you're 10 years old and don't want to get mugged when carrying around $100. One last thing, and it's the final interruption, I promise. The Yes Man Juniors and the Skate Punks, as they are right now, if you advance beyond this point, they will permanently disappear from the world. So this is your last chance to get the pizza and the bag of fries out of them. Why on earth would you care about that? A lot of veteran players like to challenge themselves to get every rare item drop from every enemy in the game. I do not recommend that you drive yourself utterly bonkers with this if it's your first time or even your second time, but if you're a veteran and want to inject new challenge / extreme tedium into your adventure, go crazy. Here we are. Now that we've gone through the doors, nothing stands in our way. Oh wow, those guys really respawned. Good thing they can't get us in here. Not that I feel safe in here. I'm Frank. You are... Come on, can't you at least say your name? Nah, man, I'm a silent protagonist. Love this song. It is Johnny Be Good, a remix of that. That is one of the reasons why EarthBound seemed to not see a re-release for a very long time, was a lot of people believed it was in legal hell because of the soundtrack, but here we are. Frank, our first boss fight that we can actually potentially lose. Brandishing a knife is his strong attack, which he is seemingly only doing. This got bad very quick. Oh, no. Oh my god, okay. I didn't think that was gonna come in handy quite yet. I thought it'd be a while before I could talk about that. As you see, he did a lot of damage to me, and I think that was going to be a mortal attack, but it was not. I hung on with 1 HP, even though it did a lot. I think it did. I didn't see if I had 18 or 19 health, though, but regardless, I guess this is just as good a time as any to talk about the gut stat. In addition to being your chances of getting smash attacks, it is also your chance of hanging on with 1 HP when you would have otherwise died. It is either guts over 500, I believe, or a 1 in 20 chance, whichever is higher. You always have a very small chance of hanging on right there. So we gained 50 HP, or 50 experience points, and HP. Fail-proof Frank can't be beaten. Puff, puff, puff. And this is Frankenstein Mark II. The second phase, Frankenstein Mark II, is kind of an interesting fight. First of all, I misinterpreted this sprite for years. I didn't get that it was a giant mech that Frank was piloting from inside, and that's the window that he's looking out through on the chest. I thought that it was a hodgepodge robot made of a washing machine. He will only attack every other turn. He can hit for a lot of damage, so hard that in fact that it has to turn on the blurring effect to avoid kids today getting a seizure. Yeah, just generates a burst of steam, attacks. If you keep in that rhythm, heal on the turns in between, then he should be absolutely fine. He shouldn't do more than 30 damage to you, but if you get hit by a smash attack either from Frank or Frankenstein, you're probably going to be in trouble. If you lose to phase 2, you don't have to do phase 1 again. Nice and easy. This is my first defeat. Fail-proof Frank is now just Failure Frank. I know you've been asking around, so I'll tell you about Giant Step. It seems to be quite a powerful spot. Some kind of special power is stored there that allows certain people to perform wondrous feats. However, a monster sucked up all the energy at that spot. It's difficult to get to Giant Step. That's all I know. I suggest you collect more information on your own. The entrance to the path leading to Giant Step is behind the touring entertainer's shack. Pirkle, the mayor of Onett, has the key to the shack. Ness, you've become stronger than I. Your adventure is just beginning. Frank is one of my favorite, more minor characters. He's one of those guys who, yeah, kind of is in with the bad crowd. Heck, he leads the bad crowd, but not only do I just really like his suit and tie and all that, and the fact that his hair is, you know, a shark fin, you can come to him and heal for free anytime. Now the hotel truly is obsolete, even for those of you who felt like you were lazy bones and didn't want to walk up and see your mom at any time. If you just leave and come back, he'll heal you as often as you like, and he compliments you each and every time he does it. Though it doesn't mean the whole gang is cool with you being cool with everyone. And it also doesn't mean that they've totally disbanded. They just won't make trouble for you anymore, which, as long as they ain't making trouble for us, we got no reason to care. We'll let them off the hook. Into Town Hall. We'll see if we can convince the mayor to not have the police escort us off the premises even though we're a 10-year-old. Since you beat up the sharks, you're the talk of the town. Mayor Pirkle is waiting for you. I just always imagine her talking like that. Whenever I hear the words talk of the town, I always imagine kind of like a Midwestern accent. Oh. Thank you so much for all of your help. It's not what you were saying yesterday. In the next election, please give a speech supporting Mayor Pirkle. Hey, I'm Mayor B.H. Pirkle. It's so nice to meet ya. You beat up the town bullies, punched them up big time, kicked their butts, bit their heads off, spit in their eyes, and made them wet their pants. Then, you forced them not to make any more trouble. Thank you. What, you want a key to the touring entertainer shack? For someone as great as you, giving you the key could help keep the town peaceful. However, if you encounter a dangerous situation, please don't ask me to take any responsibility. I'll be able to avoid any responsibility. Right? You're such a smart kid. Here's the key to the shack. Be sure percolated that from him. Okay. Couldn't resist. Mayor Pirkle is kind of funny. I always misread it as Mayor Pickle when I was a kid, and I thought that that was funny too. But his name, B.H. Pirkle. It stands for bald-headed Pirkle. In Japanese, it's G.H. Pirkle, and that's also a bald joke when you abbreviate it. It's kind of clever that they were able to catch such a thing. And I guess if there's anything else that I really want to do before we move on toward Giant Step, it's getting out some money. Because there is still a service around town that we have not seen. This golden house that doesn't really stand out because there's lots of other golden houses, so what's even the point? Well, it's marked on the map, though, so it's not marked on the map. Wait, is that just because I'm not outside? And before you tell me that I didn't see the hospital either, that's because we can't really do anything there quite yet. Yeah, it's not marked on the map at all. That's a little funny. Well, let that be an omen for how unhelpful this truly is. And how unhelpful this sign is. Well, this guy who seems to think that he's Lucy from Peanuts. Now, wait a minute, youngster. I could give you a great hint for just $35. You'd like a hit, wouldn't you? You can have the money that I would have spent on the hotel, but don't need to. You see, I'm giving money back to the world. being good for the local economy. Go northwest. A traveling entertainer is having some trouble getting into a locked shack. That's it for today. That doesn't seem too bad, right? If you ever don't know where to go, you can talk to this guy. The reason why he is particularly unhelpful and so noteworthy as such is because every copy of EarthBound came with a full player's guide that told you everything you would ever want to know about the game. That guy is not helpful to you at all if you're playing the US version, even if you are playing a re-release such as on the Super Nintendo Classic, because by going to the web address that you see on screen right now, you can read the player's guide free of charge on Nintendo's official website as a PDF. It's a pretty nice little companion piece to read with the game if you ever wanted to, and in fact, to give you an idea of how good of a player's guide it is more than just a guide. It occasionally gives you little bits of extra lore about the world. It has this cool presentation where it'll tell you about an area in the form of a travel brochure. It's very good presentation-wise, and in fact, throughout this journey, I will be sharing with you things about this guide that I personally like. I didn't grow up with it. I was not able to get a copy of this guide when I was a kid because it was considered rare and expensive, but I know that a lot of people did grow up with it, and it is a necessary part of replaying the game for many, many people, and I wouldn't want to leave it out because I think it's an enjoyable read even now. I heard there's a big footprint on the hilltop behind the shack. I haven't seen it myself, it's just a rumor. And they're still sad that the shack is closed, all right? Yeah, stop complaining. I'm not here to solve your problems. Well, actually, that's a lie. I am. Wow, you opened the door. All right, here's a trinket for good luck. It's the travel charm. The travel charm does not appear to raise any stat. It is not shown to you what this actually does. Charms give protection from different statuses. This one gives you resilience to paralysis. Can anything inflict paralysis on you for a long time? Not at all. I guess we'll equip it just cuz. I think it might add to your luck stat by 1, but it's not really that great of an item. I just feel good having a full set as opposed to not a full set. Anyway, we encountered the sharks. We got a lot stronger in the process. We took down Frank and his giant robot. We got the key to the touring entertainer shack. The way to Giant Step has been opened. Next time on EarthBound, we're gonna go up to Giant Step and see if we can't get the first Your Sanctuary location opened up. See you guys then.